it's different for everyone depending on, what the circumstances were, and if, how the outcome actually, how it all turned out. But what do you think was your biggest takeaway from that?
I don't know, man. That's really not to say. When you look at when you look at these situations, and you just look at
if it's hard for you to talk about it, like you know what I'm saying, bro, we ain't really gotta go there.
Nah, it's alright. It's kids that grow up without these rights, and they put these people in risky situations every day. They got them in neighborhoods, and like in New York, you can't do certain things, but you still gotta duck shots. You still gotta not get stabbed. The castle doctrine in New York says that if someone attacks you, you have to run away.
Yeah. Because there's no self-defense law. There's no self-defense.
You have to run away up to the point. You know what I mean? It's so many of these things that set up, and then they give the privilege to kill us. Like, and it's so sad. I think it did change my outview on things. I became a little bit more of a homebody. I was like, I'm just chilling at home because little boy probably got a mom. I ain't trying to see that lady.
So let's just say that from you living in New York to now Miami, it was a big change.
Yeah.
Social change, cultural change, everything, right? Like, right. And now you're talking about being in situations that, you have to stand your ground and do, what else has happened to you out there? Because like Wahida just said, he's so humble, he's so giving, loving, right? But then why does a person like that have to go through these type of situations?
Yeah, how
because of the way he looks?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because you look like.
That's kind of what they've been saying all along. Like, it's just the color of your skin. It's just that it's so simple, but it's so complex because some of us were just like, how is that possible? Like, how could you really have that much anger or hatred in your heart to hurt someone just because of like skin tone?
Yeah.
But it's real. It sounds unrealistic to people that are used to diversity and people that are used to like everyone looking different than them and just being open-hearted and just loving. But when you're a certain type of person that you've been like groomed to think a certain way, it's just that simple. Just the color of someone's skin means something, and it means something bad because they just want to take that away. I don't know how else to explain it. Sometimes I watch the news and I'm like, this just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense.
No, how many times have you was on the news?
They pulled me over in the Corvette. They gave me a resisting arrest. And they ran up on me another time. They ran up on me a few times.
Do you ever have like PTSD when you see police officers, like symptoms of PTSD? Like, or you're just like, I mean, one thing you mentioned is wanting to stay at home, right?
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't really get scared of people. Mm-hmm. I get more like, I put you in this position, I compartmentalize you where I can't trust you or I can't physically be around you because you're trying to threaten me. So when I see cops, I give them my full attention rather than not give them attention. I give them full undivided attention.
You have to.
That's how I treat them.
Yep.
It's not a fair thing. I have to watch every single movement. I have to watch everything you
do. What has happened to you that, like, what situation has a situation happened to you that now you like really have to like you're living like that? Like you really gotta pay full attention to police and make sure they're not,
It sounds like it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, because
it sounds ongoing.
In Miami, like it really like I was really targeted. Mm-hmm. And it was easy because I lived on the beach, so I was like one of the only people that looked like me. So I was very distinct, and I have very chill demeanor. So I guess you never really know what I'm doing, but I mean, I don't feel like I necessarily have to advocate to the whole world going in.
Exactly, and what you stand for.
Absolutely.
I think I could, walk down the block and get on the train and come home. and I shouldn't have to prove, whether or not I fit the stereotype or whether or not I fit the demographic, for my age or person, whatever. And I had an incident where, they police came to my house and they beat me up or whatever, and they was punching me, and then they wrote it in a report, like they admitted they did it.
Wait, this is in Miami?
Yeah, this is all Miami.
And this is recently?
Yeah, they just admitted they did it. And I never knew you could detain someone with closed fists or cross elbow jabs or whatever the hell. I didn't even know. I didn't
fake
know.
MMA shit they be trying to.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could get somebody resisting arrest for that. I didn't know that you was allowed to arrest people without telling them what they was arrested for. I didn't know you was allowed to just arrest people without having anything. So
what?
There was false repeats before it came, and they beat me up in the situation pretty badly, and a lot of human rights were like violated. And, it's hard for me to get into this situation because at any moment, I'm sure they're gonna try to like paint me out to be whatever character. Because one of the most notable things we see in this country is fear mongering, and if they make me seem like a scary person, it's a lot easier to have the public on their side. I've seen them do it with a numerous amount of people. It's not even just my skin color. Anytime, not society, but the judicial system or parts of the public make an enemy out you, they make you scary. So they're going to be like, oh, he did this and he did that. But you won't even know me. And they just like wrote it up like, oh, I was this person with a gun or whatever. Bro, but when they got cops killing kids, they don't write up their address, they don't write up who their name was, they don't show them getting arrested. But they did go out the way to prosecute me, like publicly. Yeah. And
so now you got a case. So now basically you got a case because of that, right?
Yeah, I was videotaping the whole thing though. So somebody called the cops. I'm videotaping them calling the cops.
So we have a rebuttal.
And they came and beat me up. And I'm like, why are you here? Why are you arresting me? And because they never told me, and because they beat me up, they handled the situation wrong. Because I'm videotaping, and because there's only one black man on scene, he's obviously the danger. And they've weaponized coming after people like me because they feel like we don't have a voice, or they feel like we don't have people like you that we can get in contact with, or they feel like there's no one listening like y'all. So they weaponize, destroying this. And it's not just us, because the kids that I see in those systems, in those cells, they tan, they brown. A lot of my friends are yellow. I'm telling you, they not. It's not just me. I've seen them do it. I seen a kid in there. He was stabbed up, and I guess he defended himself to whatever point. And I don't even want to say his name. I'm talking about. And he's way lighter than me. And he didn't even get that shot to defend himself, but because he's a minority, they're going to make him go through the hoops and the huddles, and they're going to prosecute him until he proves himself without a doubt innocent. But let it be somebody that's the majority, if I'm going to be politically correct. They'll let you kill us. They'll let you come to our homes. We got Trayvon Martin situations. We got a bunch of situations.
So what is... I need you... It sounds like you're going through a lot, and it sounds like you need to talk to Wahida behind the scenes, because on the low, she has a lot of knowledge about those type of things. But like, what is it that you could like give some kind of advice to the youth that's coming up, that's in the inner city, something they can do to like try to avoid,
or when you're dealing with circumstances
or
like
if
this.
you get into, all right, yeah, that's a better one. When you're in this situation, because you're going to be faced with it as an inner city youth.
How to be tactful.
How to be tactful and how to pay full attention. Exactly what you said. Full attention. So give you some kind of advice here, bro.
It's sad to say, but we should always keep they always try to prosecute us without reasonable doubt, so we always gotta have proof of where we are. what we're doing.
So have an alibi.
Hitting your phone, hitting that camera button on your phone. It will stand, in most courts, things like that. And then you gotta be careful with your words, because as soon as you add a curse or you promote any reaction, then you start getting these aggressive assaults, these type of charges that they're gonna throw at you, to make a concrete record, because when they're prosecuting the youth, they have to build cases up. They have to make the guys look like demons. They can't make you look like a demon off of one charge.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to throw. So careful what you say to them when you go argue. You never get into the physical argument with these police officers or these people of law or power. Because they twist your words. So you never get those. Just cursing, all of that stuff. You say you speak. I think you should always speak as clearly as you can. Never get into the habit of speaking too fast, because then they'll twist your words and they'll try to say they'll start calling you liars. And I know sometimes we get into interactions and it happens so fast. We start telling you what's going on, and then now you look like a bad character because you can't even get your point across. That's another thing that happens with artists. They get so clustered they can't even get their point across, and people start demonizing them because their mind is so. They're like around 15, 30 different topics. So try to speak as slow as we can when we're dealing with these people. Like I said, try to stay out of verbal range. Always have your camera present.
Cool.
Yo,